Day of the month, so we get to catch up with Whiteside County, and of course that means Blake. Blake, good to see you.
Yes. Nice to see you.
So you getting ready for the summer months?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, we just kind of got out of all the spring stuff mostly. I mean, there's still people bringing in like, requests for seeds for like CRP and stuff like that. I know I had quite a bit lately, and we still have some like in the shed. People like are picking them up yet. But yeah, there's been quite a amount of seed sales. But plus, there was actually one that was interesting. I've heard of this. There's a trend of planting clover in your yard instead of the lawn grass, and I've actually had someone request that, and I was able to buy him some, clover seed. So, maybe there'll be more to come for that. So maybe we'll see.
You're always good enough to give me some talking points. So what's the first one? State Envirothon?
Yeah. So the Envirothon. Have you ever heard of Envirothon?
No.
No. Okay. But we had a local competition. I think when was that? Like in March, and then they just had the state competition that I went to in Monticello, Illinois, and unluckily we didn't have any teams that could go because they just couldn't attend schedules and stuff like that. But we actually had a bunch of teams all over the state of Illinois there, and it was actually pretty cool to be there because it's a camp essentially, and it's a really nice area with basically a bunch of high school students are testing and doing presentations for like 2 days, and the winner of that was Richland County or Olney High School, which isn't really too close to here. Oh. So I mean they're pretty far away. But yeah, they were the winners, and our land use council sadly didn't even have anyone go. So
that's more. They're towards central Illinois, aren't they? Only Illinois.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So what role did you play in that then, Blake?
I was since we didn't have anybody, I just stepped in for a different land use council team. So like I guided, I think it was land use council 2. So I think, who did they have go? I can't remember exactly what county they were from, but I basically was still a team guide essentially, and kind of had like the students, if they had questions or anything, they would come to me or anything.
Yeah. Have you done this before?
Yeah, I did do it last year, but that was my first time.
Okay.
So like, I was a little more keen to like what was going on, what I could help with, stuff like that. So I mean, just general help essentially, and being there for the students if they need any help or questions.
Now, something you've been doing every month now is the species of the month, and I thought it was a fish because it's trout lily, but you say no.
No, it is a plant. The scientific name is, this one I always screw up, Erythronium americanum. Basically there's a whole distribution throughout the eastern U.S. and Canada, so it's just kind of split in two. But it's all on the eastern side, and right now the conservation status is fine. It's it's not endangered or anything like that. But if you ever find it, it kind of looks like a peeled banana, just kind of facing down. So it's like a flower, and it's mostly yellow, and it kind of peels outwards and back. And it also is a perennial, but most likely you'll find these in deciduous forests because they like the shaded areas, and that's important for showing whether you're in a healthy forest or not, because they need that kind of those perfect conditions to show up. So having more of those trout lilies, during which they're kind of getting towards the end of their blooming period right now, so like if you're gonna go out and try and find one, they're going to be kind of sparse right now, but during like April and the very beginning of May, they were really coming out. But yeah, just having those is a really good sign that you have a good forest or restoring a forest.
Good to hear. Now, this is Lyme Disease Awareness Month, and this is something to be aware of.
Yeah, no, definitely a lot of people should know about this. A lot of people do usually know about Lyme disease, ticks, stuff going around. But it's important to use your bug spray, cover up, when walking through vegetation, I know like in woodland areas even, keeping on pants, making sure you don't get any ticks on you. But it's also important to note that wood ticks don't actually transmit Lyme disease. It's usually deer ticks and Lone Star ticks. So, if you're looking at a wood tick, it's usually just kind of like a white line, a white circle around it, and it's usually all brown. The Lone Star tick just has one little white dot on it. And usually people don't think, it's the Lone Star tick. That's mostly in Texas. Well, no, it's up here too. But yeah, and then the deer ticks, those are usually just black legs and mostly all like brown. So usually in their adult age.
So if you happen to find a tick on your person, what do you do?
Yeah. Usually, a lot of people say like use like hot like I've heard hot oil before, like when I was a kid and stuff like that, which, I mean, if you want to do that, go ahead. I mean, it burns it and gets it off, but usually just generally using tweezers and, gently grabbing it and pulling it off. I mean, don't like rip it out, but like just kind of slowly, steadily pull it out. Just being able to do that is going to be able to work it out fine. If the head gets stuck in there, that's fine too. It'll eventually work its way out. Don't try and push it in there more. I mean, usually the head's so small you don't see it anyways, but it'll eventually work itself out. And then once you get it out, put it in like a container, wrap it in tape, flush it in the toilet, or put it in alcohol. Just don't squeeze it with your fingers, because I know I've seen it before where, you take your finger, you jam it into the tick, and then it just walks away fine. Like, it's just, they're so flat and can handle it so well, it's just insane. So, but yeah. And then the last thing I wanted to mention about this was for Lyme disease, looking for that bullseye between 3 to 30 days after getting that tick out, because usually you'll just see a big red mark. You'll see like one in the center and then a big ring around it, so that bullseye kind of look. But that's something to pay attention to for if you have a tick and if you have Lyme disease.
Yeah, take care of that, no doubt about it. Take precaution. First of all, again, visiting with Blake of Whiteside County. So business is blooming.
Yeah, a lot of tree species are kind of in their or getting done with their blooming period. So if you have allergies, stuff like that, right now or in the past couple weeks you've had that really bad, then you could be allergic to trees. Right now, I guess the grass is also coming in a little bit, but it's usually the oaks and hickories. They're really coming in, which is, most of our native species here in like Iowa and Illinois. But yeah, also black locusts. If you ever seen black locusts, like the spikes on those get pretty big. Those are coming out. Also dogwood shrubs and red dogwood. I know when we had our plant sale, the red dogwoods were really popping out with the red colors, which is really pretty, before we were giving them to landowners to plant. But yeah, those are also really neat to see. And also, I guess another good little note for, since the trees are in bloom, there's also insects that like to lay eggs on all the leaves. And I know there's like some, if you ever see like a little tiny red dot, I know there is some on maples. I've seen them recently. They're just little mites. I mean, you can pick them off or do whatever. I mean, but it's not like it's going to kill your tree. I mean, it may, if there's like a ton on one leaf, it might hurt that leaf a little bit, but in general, it's going to be okay. So don't worry if you have any like little red specks on them. You should be fine.
This kind of leads into our next subject then, tree protection.
Yeah. So we do have stuff like tree tubes and stuff like that at the office, but making sure you protect your trees is a huge part of keeping them healthy and safe. Yeah, and like I said, the tree tubes. We also have stuff like plant skid and deer away. So like any, raccoons or deer or anything that are like rubbing against the tree or digging up roots, you can usually spray this on them, on that, and it'll help deter them in a more ecosystem friendly way, because it's blood coagulant. So it's like, it's not going to be some like chemical pesticide kind of thing. It's going to be made from animals to protect against animals. But otherwise, if you're at the last straw and nothing's working, you can also use fences or cages. You know, and it's not the most pretty thing, but you know, it helps the best because it keeps them really far away. So
I mean, primarily, what do they just chew away at the bark, or what are they doing?
yeah, usually deer, they rub their antlers against it, you know, they have like that velvety feeling on their antlers, and then they try and rub it off eventually, so then it becomes bare. Because they need to get that off. But there's also like raccoons for freshly planted saplings. I know I've experienced this in some landowners that have our habitat grant. They experienced raccoons digging up their trees. Pretty sure it was raccoons. I mean, there's not 100%. It's not like we watched them do it, but yeah, they're because like the tree was completely toppled over and everything. But like spraying that on the kind of lightly on the ground around it and on the tree itself helps with that.
Yeah, blame it on the raccoons.
Yeah.
So now, what is the 40th anniversary for this preserve?
Yeah. So I believe it was last month. But they had Nachusa grasslands. They have their 40th anniversary, and it is just a huge preserve.
Where is this located at?
I can't exactly remember.
Is it in Illinois?
Yeah, it is in Illinois.
Okay.
It's a little east of Whiteside, like southeast of Whiteside, but you know, it is just, it's worth noting. I mean, you can look it up on like Google and stuff, and it'll take you right to it.
Okay.
But it is a huge preserve, 4,000 acres, 700 native plants, 280 bee species, 245 bee species. And also what I thought was interesting is they introduced bison back into it, which is, you know, a native animal here that has been in major decline. But it's grown since 2014 from 30 all the way to 100 now. And then they usually do lots of burns, which also helps with, you know, keeping the bison and everything. They usually migrate in and out, so it's good to see them. But they also have huge burns, and I'm pretty sure they do, maybe it was last year, they did like nearly half those acres, like over nearly probably 3,000 acres of burning, which is insane. Yeah. So like doing that, and also like their average crew size was like 10 people, which is pretty big. I mean, I know for a burn you usually have like 6-7 people, and usually that's like a decent amount, but like 10 for an average size is a pretty big amount. You know, you have to have a lot of water and a lot of crew members for burning that many acres.
Okay, so how do you pronounce that again?
Nachusa Grasslands Preserve.
It's NACHUSA. So if you want to look it up, and now is it open to the public then?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they do tours and stuff like that. So I mean, it's usually because I'm sure they don't want people going in there just randomly picking flowers and stuff like that, because you know that can affect things. You know, you're removing all the seeds from the area if you're keeping them. So. But yeah, they usually do some tours. You just get in contact with them, and then, which I don't have a phone number for them, but I'm pretty sure you can find it.
Yeah, just Google it. Like anything else, just Google it. So you'll be back in again the second Tuesday in June. We haven't flipped our calendar over, so I can't exactly tell the date, but we'll see that second Tuesday. If people want to find out more information about Whiteside County, how can they best do that, Blake?
They can go to our website at whitesidecountyswcd.com or email us at whitesidecountyswcd@hotmail.com. What else? Our Facebook page, Whiteside County SWCD. We actually just made an Instagram page too, so that's nice. Just the same thing, Whiteside County SWCD. But yeah, that's mostly it.
All right, Blake, thank you so much.
Yep, thank you.
You're listening to AM 1340 KROS, Clinton, Iowa. FM.